All right, just quickly, I want to pick up this tweet from Nigel Farage. Overnight, he tweeted that since the invasion began, this is in relation to Ukraine, the EU has paid 35 billion euros to Russia for gas and oil, but the EU's only given $1 billion or 1 billion euros in aid to Ukraine. Now, as we see these harrowing images over the last couple of days, civilians hands bound and tied, we know women are raped and then they are murdered. I mean, it's horrific what is going on. They are war crimes, sure. The war crimes don't get dealt with until many, many months or years down the track. I'm finding it really hard to justify that the West isn't doing more. What can we do more, Greg?
Well, I agree with you completely, Peter. First of all, we should up the weapons we're giving them, and Australia's doing a good job there. But, you know, obviously you don't give Ukraine nuclear weapons or anything like that. But how is it that Russia can give its militia high-altitude air defence weapons, which shot down a Malaysian civilian plane and killed 38 Australians? And there's nobody thinks Russia is risking nuclear war by doing that. But the West won't give similar high-altitude air defence weapons to Ukraine, won't give them the Polish jets, won't give them the Patriot missiles. I think that's crazy. And secondly, Nigel Farage is basically right. Europe is paying more than $1 billion US dollars a day to Russia for gas and oil. Now, we're trying to sanction Russia through depriving it of intellectual property and putting on funny currency restrictions. That's causing some short-term pain, no doubt. But the only way to sanction them in the long run is to stop buying their products. I think we should simply say we're not going to buy anything that Russia produces. And, of course, here's the contradiction. Europe won't produce any gas itself because it pretends that it's got away from fossil fuels. But its economies are totally dependent on fossil fuels. So as a result, it buys all of its gas from Russia. Well, how dumb is that? That doesn't help the planet because Russia produces gas in a more dirty fashion than Europe, but it gives Russia great strategic power.
It's dumb, but it's all a charade. It's a farce. It's all designed to fool people and Jen reflected the high altar of climate change. But it's not practical. Greg Sheridan, as always, thank you. See you next week.